Hello everyone, so this is my Chanel PST, my petite shopping tote. I've done a full video on this before, and I've done a full video on other ones that I've owned in different colors and leathers. This one is going to be about my experience sending it in for repair, and I've chosen to send it in with leather surgeons. If you're part of the handbag community and you know a lot about Chanel and Hermes and LV, a lot of people choose to send their bags to leather surgeons. They work with Chanel as a contractor, a contract location, and they do repairs on Chanel bags for, of course, a cost. I'm going to be sending this bag in for two things, or let's see here if I can come in. I've lost the screws on my hoops here that keep the straps together. You can see right there that hole where a screw has been lost on that hoop. And then also on this one right here, you can see that the screw has come out. It's basically made the bag unusable at this point because I can't hold anything in it without the fear that the bag is going to drop off my shoulder and collapse. So I'm sending it in for them to repair. You can see the screw on the opposite side. I'm not yet sure if they're going to be able to match it exactly or how the process works or what it costs, but I figured I would record this so that when the bag comes back or they tell me about their process and cost, I could share that with you and we can look at the finished product. Since both of these hoops, and they're on the front of the bag, as you can see right there, since both of them are obviously have lost their little screws, I'm also going to have them take a look at the back too and make sure that those are tight and won't be lost. So let's follow the progress of this particular bag as it goes to leather surgeons for repair. So I'm getting ready to ship the PST tote today to leather surgeons. I've boxed it up and it's going to be going to UPS. The box is right here. This is the address. They send you a shipping label so that you just attach it to the package. You request a shipping label and you have to include this service form right here with your bag. And it just asks for basic information, your name, a description of the bag, the condition of the item, what kind of service that you want, any authenticity information, if you're planning to resell the bag or just use it for yourself. And you don't send them anything in the bag other than the bag itself. Like you don't give them your authenticity card, you don't give them your original dust bag, you just wrap it in plastic or bubble wrap and send it off with their UPS label. And then you're billed at the end of the service. You're billed for the shipping and both ways. You're billed forward and backward for the shipping, and it's going to Pennsylvania. So I just wanted to let you guys know that it'll be mailed out today. Today is February the 22nd, and we'll open it when it comes back, which is about 3 to 4 weeks. So it's been 2.5 weeks since I last recorded that I sent leather surgeons my box. They sent me an email yesterday saying to click review and pay to see the tracking number and the list of items included on the invoice. So that lets me know that my bag is ready. I did not hear from them throughout the process at all. They just acknowledged that they received my box and would begin work on my bag, and then I'd receive an invoice when it's completed. So I didn't hear I didn't have any contact with them at all until I received this invoice after receipt of the box. They acknowledged they got my box and my item, and then I just received this. So I'm going to go ahead and pay. It says that you pay them via something called Ship Nerd, and I guess via PayPal or however the invoice is, and then they will ship my item out within 1 to 2 days. So let's go ahead and make that payment, and I will let you know when the box arrives. So I went ahead and paid leather surgeons, and they shipped my item within 2 days. It took a few days, of course, to receive it back to my home, but this is how it came packaged. It was in a big box delivered by UPS. I did have to sign for it. On the top of the box here, and I have not opened it yet. We're opening it 100% together. I just slit the box and looked at the top. I haven't unpackaged my item. They send this folder right here, and then inside the folder, they send you a certificate of authenticity. For every item that you send them, they do certify whether it's authentic in their opinion or not. I've used their services before, not for authentication, but just for repairs. And you can see that what I had repaired was the PST, beige caviar gold hardware. Down in this corner right here, you can't see it because I've blocked it out. That's where they put your hologram number that's inside your Chanel bag. I don't know if they issue certificates for other brands. I can't speak to that. I've only had them work on my Chanel items. But for Chanel, part of the payment is the authenticity check that they do for you. So it looks like they've accordion styled some paper here. So let's go ahead and lift that out. and they've put my bag in one of their dust bags. When I sent it in, I think I noted to you that they don't want your dust bag, so you send it in with nothing. You just send in your bag. Okay, so I went ahead and took it out of the dust bag. This is how it was inside the dust bag, wrapped in some white tissue paper. And once again, this was my PST. I was having repaired. Some screws had fallen out. Let's take a look. They were screws on the front of the bag. I have since learned from one of my subscribers, Be Fabulous With Me, Irene, I will link her channel below, that the screws that were missing on my item were actually available for free if I had gone to Chanel. I did not know that prior to sending the bag in, or I never would have sent it in. I would have gone to Chanel and had somebody fix it locally. So it might actually be to your benefit if you have a Chanel in need of repair to go to the boutique first and inquire if the item is free. Be Fabulous With Me, Irene, mentioned that I could have got these screws for free. So this is what was repaired. I showed in the initial video that the screw was missing, so it looks like they've replaced it. And I also asked that they go ahead and tighten it for me. And I don't see any visual difference here between the two. So it looks like it was matched quite perfectly. I won't disclose what they charged for the repair, only because if you send something in or if you inquire, the pricing may have changed. But I will say that they did not overcharge. I felt like it was extremely fair, and I was only paying for shipping back and forth and a small amount of labor, and I was charged basically next to nothing for the screws. So knowing that they were free at Chanel and I didn't get charged for them myself, I feel a little bit better. I only paid for the labor. So looks like they were repaired there as well. You can see this one was completely missing. And hopefully they tightened it for me. At least now the bag is completely usable. There was nothing wrong with the back ones, but I asked that they just, investigate for me. So from start to finish, from the time that I shipped them this bag to the time I received it back, I would say it was about 5 to 6 weeks, somewhere in that range. Most of it was getting it prepared, writing out the form to ship it to them, and then really their work only took about 2.5 to 3 weeks. So I'm satisfied with it. It makes the bag completely usable. If you have any questions, please let me know. I have used them in the past for other Chanel items. I had one bag repainted, redyed, and I had another bag, the corners touched up on one of my other bags, and I've always found their workmanship to be really, really good. I actually don't know of many other places that do it, so I'd love to hear if you guys have sent your Chanels to other places that were good for servicing what they are, because this is really the only one I know about. So let me know if you know of any others. If you have any questions about leather surgeons or the process that I went through, please let me know. But here's my bag back, and it looks fine. Looks like the same bag in the same condition, so that's always good. And anyway, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, let me know. Bye-bye.